So guys, data centers are popping up everywhere. I get a little nervous every time I see one, a construction site or something like that. I'm like, what are they building? Because not far from me, about 40-50 minutes away from me in Lenore, North Carolina, they have a data center that's being built there. But not far from me right now, like literally 10 minutes, they're building something. They just started clearing the land, and I don't know if they're going to build homes. I don't know if it's going to be a data center. That it makes you wonder, because you know that the damage will be done. If it's a data center, the damage will be done. Atlanta, y'all have a lot of data centers popping up. Not as many as Virginia right now, but in Georgia, a data center is being built. Check this out.
Massive new data centers proposed for Metro Atlanta expect to use millions of gallons of water per day.
In fact, some of those data centers that power the internet and now AI are planning to use more water than entire Georgia towns. Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray live now at Piedmont Park. And Justin, you've been looking into what that means for the communities around these data centers.
Well, George, you can see the water still in the pool at one of the larger outdoor pools in the metro area, Piedmont Park Pool. Let's go to News Drone 2. You know, I checked with management here at the park. They tell me 165,000 gallons is what it takes to fill this pool. Well, these hyperscale data centers we're talking about, they can use that much water in less than an hour.
If you look up the hill to the left.
Neighbors tried to show me on the ground, but you can see it better from News Chopper 2. The proposed Project Sale data center in Coweta County would be bigger than all the terminals in Hartsfield-Jackson combined.
It's going to put pressure on the county water supply. There's no doubt about it.
Water might not be the first thing you think of when you look at big, hyperscale data centers like this Google facility in Douglas County. But most data centers rely on lots of water to cool the systems.
Nothing uses water or energy the way the data centers do.
Chris Manganello from the Chattahoochee Riverkeeper has been trying to get hard numbers to answer a pretty basic question.
How will the operations of data centers, affect a community's water supply?
Take that Douglas County Google site. We filed open records requests for the agreement between Google and the county. All references to water use specifics, to water requirements throughout the document are blacked out, redacted, secret. Same for a Microsoft data center. The numbers for water use, hidden. Our open records request even turned up an NDA, non-disclosure agreement with Microsoft, and this agreement even has a company name redacted.
In an absence of information, we're left with more questions than answers.
What we do have in Georgia that most states don't are proposed water usage numbers provided as part of development plans. And the largest data centers are proposing using 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, even 6 million gallons of water a day.
This water tower in Noonan holds about 1 million gallons of water. Project Sale estimates it will use 6 of these, 6 million gallons every single day.
So you look at the Hyundai plant down near Savannah, they use about 2 million gallons of water a day.
Dan DiOrio is with the industry group that represents data centers.
They are responsible and efficient water users.
He says those proposed water numbers don't tell the full story, that much of the water brought in each day is returned to the water system. Let's go back again to that Douglas County Center. Google says it built special systems to be able to use 100% recycled water there.
The average data center is going to use less water than the average golf course.
But massive projects like Project Sale aren't the average data center, and Metro Atlanta's water is relying on a Chattahoochee River prone to drought.
If there is a shortage of water, who gets priority?
Now that's a great question. Who gets priority if push comes to shove and water, there is a shortage, and you know that people need water. We need water. We can go a month without food. We can fast. We can go even longer without food. But when it comes to water, pure, clean water, we're going to start breaking down if we go beyond 5 days. 3 days to 5 days max is what we can do without water. Now, there have been people that have gone longer without water, but that's all relative to race, age, weight, and all of those things. Who gets priority? Who do you think gets priority when we see everything that they're doing to get rid of and depopulate the earth? 3 billion people, they say, need to be gone. Who gets the priority for that water? I have my opinions. Let me know in the comments what's yours.
Why not be more transparent as an industry with how
that water usage is occurring?
The data center industry, just like any other industry, has to consider confidentiality in terms of protecting proprietary and competitive information.
Data centers have provided local governments details on their water needs that blacked out info, so water authorities can plan and build more infrastructure.
We are fully committed to paying our full cost of service, both for electricity and water.
While data center operators pledge costs will not be passed on to you, neighbors remain unconvinced water bills won't go up.
There will come a reckoning, and we don't want to see that happen.
And the data center industry points to this study the state of Virginia did. Virginia and Georgia really the top two states for these data centers. It found that the average data center uses less water than the average large office building, about 7 million gallons. But these hyperscale data centers we are talking about that are coming to Georgia, they can use that much, George and Karen, in less than a day.
So why all the secrecy? I mean, if it's so clear that you guys are going to recycle your water, you're going to do all of these things, you're not going to harm the environment, you're not going to raise the bills of everybody around you to pay for this, then why all the secrecy? Why all the redaction in the paperwork? It's just not all adding up. It's a whole bunch of lies that's happening, and we are going to pay for it. Our bills are going to go up. Our utility, our water, and our lights, they are going to go up. Our system can barely handle a storm when it comes in. Now you're going to add on to it. Our grids have not been updated. They put money into everything but the grid, but they want to put so much pressure on it, y'all. We are going to have massive power outages. We are going to have water that has been contaminated. Check out what's happening in Ohio right now. And you can put that on every data center across this country, that is going to happen in every single state. There will be contamination. Man-made disasters are still disasters at the end of the day that we will have to live with.
Major concerns tonight in Boomtown about what is in the water that's coming out of data centers. There's a proposed permit from the Ohio EPA that would allow data centers to get rid of wastewater into lakes and streams.
There are at least 120 data centers just in the Columbus area.
So today we took a look at this Ohio EPA permit. What does it do? Well, it's a draft permit that would allow data centers to discharge wastewater into Ohio's lakes and streams. Now, the EPA says it's not going to allow them to discharge water that would impact human health or kill fish or any kind of wildlife. But environmentalists say they're not so sure. They think that this water and the chemicals inside of it could contain possible PFAS, those are the forever chemicals, as well as other chemicals that data centers use to make sure that these cooling centers, all the technology inside them stay cool and they don't have mold on them or anything else. So we took a look at this permit today. We talked to an environmental group. We also talked to the EPA to get their side of the story. And it turns out both of them don't see this permit process equally. Matter of fact, the EPA is allowing people to comment up until January 16th before they make their final decision.
10 TV's Kevin Landers joins us live tonight near the Scioto River. Kevin, what are environmentalists telling you?
Well, environmental groups say they're very worried that if these permits get approved, the quality of water in Ohio will suffer.
On average, a single data center uses 500 million gallons of water a day for cooling, according to industry reports. Some of that wastewater could be discharged into Ohio's lakes and streams under a permitting process under review by the Ohio EPA.
Major concerns tonight in Boone.
Guys, get in the comments and let me know, what do you think? Do you think that the data centers are doing too much? If it's going to affect our environment, if it's going to affect our water, where we're not even able to get clean water?